Welcome to HS Game Time. I'm Ken Spencer. Tyler Griever is off this week. Gonna change it up. Gonna start with little Kentucky basketball and Big Blue madness. Here was the scene tonight at Rupp Arena, an elaborate setup. Big news for everybody. Oscar Tshiebwe was in attendance, appeared on crutches post-knee surgery. He's expected to miss about 3 weeks. The three-point shootout was all about Antonio Reeves, the Illinois State transfer, filling it up from distance. Dunk contest. Damian Collins entering his sophomore season almost hits his head on the rim. And then the freshman, Chris Livingston, putting on a show. It was also a night for Jacob Toppin. How about that? Rocking the baby to sleep behind his head. It was also a night to celebrate former Wildcats returning, which John Calipari wanted to make sure he thanked for their contributions.
And I'm appreciative of what they've done for this program, this state, for me and my family, and for the Big Blue Nation. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. And I'm really liking this team. So why don't we stop talking and let's go have some fun.
It was also a big recruiting night for the Cats. Aaron Bradshaw, the 6th overall player in the 2023 class and the 2nd-ranked center, has committed to Kentucky. Bradshaw chose the Cats over Louisville and the G League, the pro route. He's also high school teammates with DJ Wagner. Now to high school football. Manual and PRP going head-to-head in a district clash at our HS Game Time Game of the Week. Crimson's entering tonight, having won 9 of the last 10 meetings against the Panthers. It was also a pink out at Manual Stadium. Breast cancer survivors from both Manual and PRP being honored before the game. No score until Caden Anderson hit Santana Creighton for the 53-yard strike. Panthers take a 7-0 lead. Still in the first quarter, Manual with an answer, and his name is Zeke Washburn. If he gets in the open field, night-night, 51 yards. We are all tied up. Second quarter now, Anderson looking for UK commit Jacob Dixon, and he hits him from 7 yards out. PRP up 13-7 at this point. Still in the second. Zeke, look at that cut, and you're not gonna. He's got amazing balance. Stays up somehow, some way. House calls it. Manual up 14-13 going into the locker room at the break. Third quarter, it's now 19-14. PRP. Zeke again, his 3rd touchdown of the night. You can't bring him down. Really good game. Manual gets the victory, 28-19.
Yeah, you know, we talk about it all week long about, you know, we're a team that just got to play 4 quarters and it comes down to stamina. We talked at halftime and I told them, you know, we still had 2 more quarters to go, and those guys, you know, came out and was resilient and fought defensively. You know, we struggled in the first half. You know, they threw the whole kitchen sink at us, and we got things figured out at halftime, and you know, we kept the scoreless on the board in the second half.
We came out first half on and off. We just went at halftime. Coach preached and preached about effort, so we just came out there and finished off with our effort, finished our 4 quarters.
It was also senior night at Butler as the Bears hosted St. X, who beat Manual a week ago. Bears not going into hibernation just yet. Benjamin Hayes attacking the quarterback in the backfield, making plays. Now the Tigers eventually went on the prowl. Davis Yates punches it in from a few yards out. That made it 10-0 St. X. It's now 17-0 Tigers, and the Tigers, well, they stayed on the attack. We got a fumble. St. X eventually recovers. On the bottom of the pile, yep, it's their ball. Michael Curry scores from the short field. St. X goes on to beat Butler 38-6. Mail at home tonight hosting the Tigers of Fern Creek. First possession of the game, Fern Creek looking to get something going on the ground. Uh-oh, we've got a fumble. Picked up by Mel Sheffield. Scoop, stumble. Ultimately, that's going to lead to a Mail touchdown. Then it's Lucas Cobbler up 7-0, up top to Antonio Harris for the score. That was his 2nd touchdown catch of the game so far. Still in the first quarter, Cobbler decides he's going to keep it himself this time. You know what? That's a good decision. He scores. Mayo wins big, 50-0. After their big win over Trinity last week, Ballard at home tonight against Eastern. Eagles with the ball to start the game, but we've got A fumble seems to be the theme of the night. Gavin Willis flying in for the recovery for Ballard. It would lead to a field goal. Bruins on the board, 3-0. How about more from the Ballard D? Jamarcus Frank on the hunt. Comes up with a sack to force a punt. And speaking of that punt, Jaden Minkins has some serious skills to pay the bills in the return game. Knows how to find a crease and hits it. Bye-bye. Bruins go on to blank Eastern 34-0. Can Trinity find their stride before the playoffs begin? We check in on the Rocks as they host one of the top teams in St. Louis next.